Good morning. My name is Tim from Plugged Into Leadership, your outlet for leadership success. Today we're going to be looking at the 3 things that I keep in mind as I'm preparing to give a public speech or a talk. Content, confidence, and connection. Grab your mug. Here we go. So if you've ever been asked to give a presentation at work for maybe the higher-ups or for your boss, or you had to speak, or you've ever had to give your story at church or at an event, or if you had to give a speech for being a best man or a maid of honor or anything like that, you've had to prepare some kind of content, something that you could present to the people. So one of the things that I do is I do this show every single day, and I have to prepare for giving a talk. And tonight I'm doing an audition to be a service host at a local church, at Life Community or Life Fellowship, and I am in the process of preparing. I have a speech that I'm giving next week at Wells Fargo, so I'm in this process a lot. So I thought I would talk about it. The 3 things that I keep in mind as I'm preparing for my speech is, the first thing is my content. What do I want to say? What is the thing that I want to get across? What do I want to communicate? What's kind of my bottom line? And so I work hard at doing research and looking at the different options and starting with a big idea and then trying to formulate things around that. So really working on developing the content. Usually I'll do an outline in Word or something, some word processing program, and just get some of my main thoughts down either on paper or in the computer. So I'm trying to work on content, doing some research, talking to some other people. Part of developing content is knowing who my audience is, knowing who I'm trying to talk to and who I'm trying to address. This morning I'm trying to address everybody that is terrified of having to speak publicly, that you never want to do it. You would never do a Facebook Live thing. You're terrified of recording a video or getting up on stage and speaking. I'm talking to you this morning. You can do it. There are ways that you can prepare and ways that you can continue to prep yourself as you get ready to do this talk. Good morning to everybody that's on Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. The first one is content, developing content, knowing who my audience is to develop content, thinking about my big idea. The second thing is confidence. And confidence comes a little bit with what I talked about on Tuesday. We're realizing that everybody that is in the space that's listening wants me to succeed. They want me to do a good job. They want me to not be awkward, to not stumble over my words, to not be vague. They are looking for me to do that. So when I get up there, if I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to stumble around and I don't know what I'm doing and that's when people start to get a little bit like, But if you go into the talk thinking, man, people want me to succeed in doing this right now. They don't want it to be awkward. That gives you the confidence that you need in order to be able to deliver with success. Hello, Tim Bauer. Tim Bauer knows all about this. Tim Bauer gives sermons on a regular basis. Thank you, buddy, for joining me this morning. So the first one is content. We're looking at what the content is that we're doing, our big idea, and who our audience is. The second thing that we're keeping in mind is confidence. When we walk up on stage, we want to have thought about what we're doing, thought about our delivery, maybe practiced it beforehand. If you can get in the space ahead of time and deliver it before everybody else is in the room, that's going to give you confidence. But just the simple thing of keeping in mind that everybody wants you to succeed in that moment. And everybody is your friend, and everybody is engaged and looking to understand and hear what you have to say. Your story is important, and people want to know your story. And the last one is connection. So the first one is our content. The second one is developing confidence, practicing, getting in the space and delivering it. And the last one is connection. That we want to know who our audience is, and we want to find some common ground with our audience. Some common places that we can launch off from. So knowing who your audience is and who you're speaking to is really important. If you're going to be speaking at an event, it is good to maybe find out from the promoter who's going to be there, what age group they are, maybe something that they like or a common experience. It's one of the reasons that a lot of people talk about the weather, because it's a common experience that we all have. We're all experiencing the weather, or something like traffic on the way there, or somebody we know, whether there's someone that spoke before us or someone that's a common relationship or pop culture, something that you can use to connect with the audience and relate your big idea, your topic, to your point. So you want to try to connect some of those things together. So people are chatting right now. Thought the others want us to see is such a good word. Yes, Darren, it's exactly right. So at some point in your life, you have had to give a talk. And I hope that these three things, understanding your content, developing confidence by practicing and knowing who your audience is, and connecting with them, finding something where you can relate and engage with your topic to them. I hope that helps you this morning as you continue to develop. It's one of the things that I love to help people do, is develop their content and develop their confidence. Like I said, I have an audition tonight, so I am developing some of that stuff right now. I'm going to be doing rehearsals. I'm reading through the content that I've been given, and I'm going to be practicing it and trying to figure out a way that I can connect the content that I have, my own language, with the audience that's going to be in the room. So I hope this was helpful. As always, if you shared this video, leave a comment on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, or leave a review on iTunes. You'll be entered into the weekly resource drawing. This week's free resource drawing is a membership to Proximity. And if you don't know what Proximity is, check out yesterday's show, and Andy Kerr will tell you all about Proximity. That's all for me today. We'll be back tomorrow with one more installment of developing you as a public speaker. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.